Hello everyone and welcome back to the English Language Academy. Today we're going to be looking at the IELTS speaking test part 2. In part 2, it's where you're given a cue card and you need to respond to the cue card. So today I'm going to give you 5 example answers and hopefully this will help you to prepare for your IELTS speaking test. So let's get straight to it. Before we deal specifically with part 2 of the IELTS speaking test, it is worth reminding ourselves what the speaking test in general is looking to examine. The IELTS speaking test aims to see how well you can do the following. Communicate your opinions and information on everyday topics and common experiences. To do this, you will need to answer a range of questions. Next, it is trying to examine if you can speak at length on a given topic using appropriate language. Next, it is trying to see if you can organize your ideas coherently. It is also trying to examine whether you can express and justify your opinions. And finally, it is looking at your ability to analyze, discuss, and speculate about issues. This certainly seems like a lot, but the whole point of the IELTS speaking test is to test your versatility with the language. So what does the examiner expect of you, the candidate, in part 2 of the IELTS speaking test? According to the British Council website, the examiner will give you a task card which asks you to talk about a particular topic, including points to include in your talk. You will be given 1 minute to prepare and make notes. You will then be asked to talk for 1 to 2 minutes on the topic. You will not be interrupted during this time, so it is important to keep talking. The examiner will then ask you 1 or 2 questions on the same topic. So without further delay, let's take our first cue card. Cue card 1. Describe a memorable holiday you have had. You should include: where did you go, who did you go with, what did you do during your holiday, and why was it memorable? Well, let me tell you about this incredible holiday I had last summer. I decided to take a trip to Bali, Indonesia, and boy, it was unforgettable. So I went with a group of my closest friends. We've known each other since college and we always talked about going on a big adventure together. Finally, we made it happen and Bali seemed like the perfect destination with its stunning beaches and vibrant culture. During our time there, we did so much. We explored ancient temples like Tanha, Lot and Uluwatu, which were just breathtaking. Then, of course, we couldn't resist the allure of Bali's beaches. We spent hours soaking up the sun on beaches like Kuta and Simniak, trying our hand at surfing and just lounging around with cocktails in hand. But what really made this holiday stand out was the people we met and the experiences we shared. We connected with locals who shared their stories and traditions with us, and we made friends from all over the world at our hostel. Every day felt like an adventure, whether we were hiking through lush rice terraces or indulging in delicious Balinese cuisine. What made it truly memorable, though, was the sense of freedom and discovery we felt. Stepping out of our comfort zones and immersing ourselves in a new culture was incredibly rewarding, and the bond we formed as friends, laughing together under the stars and making memories that will last a lifetime, was truly priceless. So yeah, Bali was more than just a holiday. It was an experience that enriched my life in ways I never imagined. It's a trip I'll always hold close to my heart. Cue card 2. Talk about a person who has influenced you significantly. You need to include: who is the person, how do you know them, how have they influenced you, and why do you admire them? So when it comes to someone who has had a significant influence on me, I have to talk about my high school English teacher, Mr. Johnson. I first met Mr. Johnson when I was at secondary school. He was my English teacher for 2 years, and during that time he completely changed my perspective on learning and life. The way Mr. Johnson taught wasn't just about textbooks and exams. He had this incredible ability to make literature come to life, to make us see the world through different lenses. He challenged us to think critically, to question everything, and to find our own voices in the stories we read. But beyond academics, Mr. Johnson taught me the importance of empathy and compassion. He took the time to listen to his students, to understand their struggles, and to offer support and encouragement when we needed it most. He believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves, and that made all the difference. Mr. Johnson's influence extends far beyond the classroom. His passion for literature and learning inspired me to pursue my own interests and to never stop seeking knowledge. He taught me that education isn't just about memorizing facts, it's about curiosity, exploration and growth. What I admire most about Mr. Johnson is his unwavering dedication to his students. He goes above and beyond to ensure that each and every one of us reaches our full potential, and his impact on our lives is immeasurable. In short, Mr. Johnson isn't just a teacher. He's a mentor, a role model, and a true friend. I am endlessly grateful for his guidance and support, and I strive every day to live up to the example he set for me. Cue card 3. Describe a book you have read that you found interesting. You need to include what is the title and author of the book, what is the book about, what did you find interesting about it, and would you recommend it to others? So, a book that really got me thinking recently is a book by the author James Clear called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is all about the power of tiny changes for remarkable results. James Clear dives deep into the science behind habit formation and breaks down how our habits shape our lives. What hooked me from the start was his straightforward writing style and practical advice. He lays out a clear framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones, using real-life examples and lots of research to back it all up. But what really got me nodding along were the concepts of habit stacking and the 1% rule. He says that small actions compound over time to produce big results. It's all about making those tiny tweaks to your daily routines that add up to major improvements in the long run. I found myself scribbling down notes and brainstorming ways to apply his strategies to my own life. And the best part, it's not just about achieving goals. It's about transforming your identity and becoming the person you truly want to be. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Whether you're looking to break a bad habit, start a new one, or just optimize your daily routines, Atomic Habits offers practical wisdom that anyone can benefit from. It's a game changer, plain and simple. Cue card 4. Discuss a memorable event in your life. What was the event? When and where did it happen? Who was involved? And how did it impact you? Well, one of the most unforgettable experiences in my life is actually a quite recent one. In 2023, I visited Pakistan, Islamabad, for the first time in my life, where I had the pleasure of meeting my cousins who reside there. I went with my parents and siblings, and I eagerly looked forward to meeting our extended family for the first time. The impact of this trip was so profound. As soon as I arrived, I was warmly welcomed by my cousins who graciously opened their hearts and home to me. From the moment we reunited, it felt as though we had known each other for a lifetime, despite the distance that separated us. My cousins wasted no time in showing me around Islamabad, introducing me to its vibrant markets, delicious cuisine, and awe-inspiring landmarks. They took me under their wing, guiding me through the bustling streets with the confidence and familiarity of locals, of course. As I explored the city with them, I couldn't help but feel a sense of belonging, a feeling of being at home away from home. Despite being born and raised in Britain, Islamabad welcomed me with open arms, embracing me as one of its own. Spending time with my cousins, sharing stories and laughter, made this trip truly special. We bonded over shared experiences, creating memories that would last a lifetime. And through it all, I discovered a newfound connection to my Pakistani heritage, a sense of pride in my roots that I had never fully embraced before. Reflecting on my time in Islamabad, I realized that home is not just a place. It's a feeling of belonging, of being surrounded by love and family. And in the embrace of my cousins and the vibrant streets of Islamabad, I found that sense of home in the most unexpected of places. Cue card number 5. Describe a hobby or leisure activity you enjoy. What is the hobby or activity? How did you become interested in it? How often do you do it? And why do you enjoy it? Well, one of my favourite hobbies is photography. I became interested in photography at a young age when I received my first camera as a gift. At first, it was just a fun way to capture memories with friends and family, but as I started experimenting with different techniques and compositions, I discovered a true passion for it. I try to indulge in photography as often as I can, whether it's taking spontaneous shots during my daily walks or planning dedicated photo outings on weekends. It's a hobby that allows me to immerse myself in the present moment, to slow down and appreciate the beauty of the world around me. What I enjoy most about photography is its ability to capture fleeting moments and evoke emotions. Whether it's a stunning landscape bathed in golden light or a candid expression caught in the midst of laughter, each photograph tells a unique story. I love the creative process of framing a scene, playing with light and shadow, and finding the perfect angle to convey the mood I want to capture. But beyond the technical aspects, photography is also a form of self-expression for me. It allows me to share my perspective with others, to communicate thoughts and emotions without saying a word. And there's something incredibly gratifying about knowing that a single image has the power to evoke emotions and inspire imagination in those who view it. In essence, photography is more than just a hobby for me. It's a way of seeing the world, of finding beauty in the ordinary, and of preserving moments that would otherwise be lost to time. And for that reason, it will always hold a special place in my heart.